All right, welcome to the Beefy Bets segment. We're doing a little look ahead to this dog shit fight night of Rozenstruik Gaziev. But hey, the best way to make a bad fight night not bad? Win some money on it. That's what we're here to help you try to do. Touch on last week's pick a little bit, even though if you've already watched the previous episodes, we've already touched on it. But we gave out a five-legger last week. We were never that bullish. We never give out lengthy parlays like that. We had five fights we felt really good about. Went 4 out of 5. The only leg that didn't hit was the only dog, which putting a dog on a five-legger is bold, but I felt confident in it. And Quinones, won 2 out of 3 rounds basically and got caught in a Hail Mary sub by Barcelos. So I'm not going to apologize for it.
Right. It's
But
not. It's not one we feel terrible about.
now, that being said, at first, when I was looking ahead to next week, I found myself, I was like, damn, I'm not really bullish on these picks. And then I had to kind of call myself out. I was like, don't be scared now just because, you gave out some picks. I was like, don't be bashful. But then I was looking around at some betting accounts I follow on Twitter, and apparently I'm not alone. Nobody's like super confident or super bullish on picking these next week's fights. So I'm not being scared. I'm not being timid. But I got to say, last week after giving out 5 3-star locks, I have 0 3-star locks this week. Um, I have a couple 2-stars, and there's still going to be some fights, and I want to hunt some value with you here. I'm going to need you on your young Jamie shit on the computer back there. But
Oh, I got you. I could argue Eric Anders could be a 3-star lock just because Jamie Pickett's a can tier. However, Eric
there's
Anders
the
long in the tooth.
yes, that's why that's a 2-star. So when I looked it up, there was minus 310, so not a ton of value, and
Minus
there is the
360
age
now.
factor, so it's already moving. But I'm not taking Anders at minus 360, even in a parlay. Like that's just kind of a like. Jamie Pickett sucks, but Anders is not a world beater, and he's old. So, yeah. Even Nurmagomedov, I think Umar is going to be on the card, if
Minus
I'm not
1200.
mistaken. And hear this out. Call me crazy. I'm not calling it a 3-star. I'm calling that a 2-star for this reason. The guy he's fighting, I did a little bit of digging. One guy in Kazakhstan, number one guy in the whole Central Asia, which there's a lot of killers out there.
Who is this?
Is this guy
Bekzat
Almakan?
Almakan?
Yeah, he's a Kazakh guy. He's the number one ranked Kazakh fighter and the number one ranked Central Asian fighter. I think he's either undefeated or has one loss.
17 and
He's,
1,
he's
26 years old.
That's what I'm saying. Like I've never seen this guy. Obviously, you add in the terrible value. That's a no bet. But like Umar's coming off an injury. Umar with some inactivity. Now Umar should win that. But if you're I don't recommend laying the minus 1200. I really don't.
No, yeah, no way. No, it's just not worth it. Like, there's no shot that's worth it. If nothing else, like, you could just throw a $5 sprinkle on Almacan at plus 700.
I was saying, bro, like I'm more likely to do that.
Yeah,
This
'cause
guy's like he's not a slouch.
he's
He's
not a
not
slouch,
bad.
and the value's way too good. And Umar has not fought in a long ass time. Like, I don't give a shit what anyone says. He's so inactive.
Active and what he's beaten like Nate Manis. Like who else has he beat? Like
Who has Umar beat recently? He has Ione Barcelos, funny enough, Brian Kelleher, Morozov, and Nate Manis. Those are his 4 UFC wins. So this is a huge step
yeah,
up in
bro.
competition.
It's a huge step, even though it's a debutant. I agree. I think this is his hardest fight, and that money line does not reflect that. Coming off the injury too.
Now, all right, let's keep it on main card here. How do you feel about the main event? Gaziev minus 150, Rozenstruik plus 125.
Ooh, I like that number's going down. When I looked it up, it was minus 155. I do like Gaziev. I believe Rozenstruik is over 35. That does matter less at heavyweight, but also Rozenstruik just bunch of L's. Gaziev's 12-0 out of Dagestan. He's 34 years old himself. He's no spring chick. I think it's wild that he's on a main event. Like him and Joe Piper, like what are they doing with these main events? But I think he's gonna win. I have it as a 1-star pick. If I do bet it, it'll be me purely hunting value on a card with not a ton of value. Like minus 150 on a 2 or 3 legger sounds kind of nice compared to some of these huge spreads.
I just feel like this is such a massive jump in competition for Gaziev, and maybe he's ready for it. But I mean,
He's 1-0 against Martin Budai. No, I feel you. I was doing. That's why it's a 1-star. That's exactly why it's a 1-star. He's 12-0 against fucking nobody, and he's 34. Never been in a 5-round fight. Never headlined.
yeah, I mean, reach. He has a half-inch reach, so nothing like. And he's fighting a kickboxer, and he seems to be a kickboxer. He averages 0 takedowns, so it's like.
And Rozenstruik can land.
Yeah, I don't honestly hate the plus money on Rozenstruik on the opposite side. But for me, it's a no bet, I think.
That's why it's a 1-star for me. Like 1-star is basically a no bet because I force myself to pick and put a value. We'll keep it. Might as well keep it pushing to this co-main event. Petrino over Pedro. I mean, obviously the pick is Petrino here, but I have a feeling it's going to get bet so high that there'll be zero value.
It's minus 300 right now, so worth the parlay play right now.
Yeah, Petrino's nasty, dog. Petrino's like he throws nukes. Yeah, when I looked, it was minus 290, so it's not moving super crazy, but it is trending in the wrong direction. If they do put Rosas Tercios on this fight, I imagine it'll be somewhere around this co-main or featured bout spot. I'm picking Rosas Jr., but honestly, probably not going to bet it because Rosas to me, like, that is a strong term, but
Rosas,
I don't know if I'm
minus 250, Tercios plus 205.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm just not. It's probably a no bet. Last week it was a 2-star after the pull-out merchant stunt and maybe the lack of confidence, or maybe it really was a bad illness. Either way, not loving Rosas, especially at that price. Keep it pushing to Makayev Perez. It was at minus 270 when I looked. It's definitely going to end at minus 300 or over.
Still minus 270 right now. I think Perez, if that number climbs to like plus 280. Gets close to being more valuable there than it is on the Makayev side. I don't like Perez to win, but I just mean that like there's like a very hard line for me on Makayev value.
Yeah, and I've always been a little higher on Makayev than you. This is more me fading Perez. You could put Perez against Ursay, Perez against any of these guys, bro. Perez against Tyra. I would have bet Tyra. Like, I think Perez is done. I'm fading Perez. It's more of a Perez fade than it is a Makayev bet. And I think I'm actually sometimes a better when I'm fading guys than because you at least feel strongly. You know one of the two things, right?
That might be a good way to look at that. I mean, honestly, for me, it's the Makayev is like we talked about earlier. He can only do one thing. He can only wrestle. He can't submit you because he doesn't know how to actually work to get to submissions, and then he can't strike. So like. That specialist approach, I'm just waiting for when that gets stopped. And I don't think it's Perez, but the next guy up is going to stop that.
And actually, I did lie. Makayev is my only 3-star lock of the week, especially if you can get it at under minus 300.
I agree with you. Pushing. I would 3-star him minus 300 or under. Once he gets to minus 325, 2-star. If he gets to minus 400, it's a 1-star. It's not even really worth it.
I actually agree with that. Urseg over Schnell. Obviously, I'm picking Urseg here.
I got 2 stars.
That's going to get crazy. See, I had it by 1-star because here's the thing. You look up what's the Schnell by sub value. If you're getting like plus 600 or something, that might be worth a sprinkle. Urseg's never lost by sub, so I'm not saying it's like a lock.
They won't have all the props out till Tuesday, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. If you get Schnell by sub on like some crazy like plus 600, might be worth a sprinkle because he's at a minus or like Urseg's minus 305 on the money line.
Yeah.
So like Urseg or Schnell by sub might get crazy, might be worth a sprinkle.
Urseg all the way up to minus 325 now.
Yeah, bro, and see that's another. This card's hard to find value on. It's hard to find like bullish picks. And it's hard to find value, which sucks. That's like a bad combo, right? Like if you're getting bad value, they should be 3-star locks. Kind of like last week on most of our picks besides Quinones. I'm not seeing the card the same way.
I will say I think there is insanely great value in Joel Alvarez over Klein.
I think Alvarez pulled out. I'm almost positive that fight's no longer happening, which sucks. Because we got more of these big money lines. We got Basharat over Zahabi, obviously, but it was minus 470 when I looked. No fucking way I'm touching that.
Minus 600 now.
See, I got one. I got one for you. If you're talking purely hunting value here, we got a debutante fighting a can that I like. Oliveira over
Vinicius
Gamori.
Oliveira. Yeah, Gamori's a
Yeah. Oh,
can.
yeah. Gamori's kind of a can, and when I looked, it was minus 162. I don't know what that's at currently, but
It
like,
is minus 180.
so it's still doable. Still
This
doable,
is
but
one.
trending.
This is one you got to jump on early because clearly the trend is already very starkly against Gamori.
And then actually, I do have one dog of the week that I'm giving out as a 2-star dog of the week. And this may have changed, but give me Loic Razabov over the debutant Al Sawadi. Give me Loic Razabov at plus 136 when I looked. Hopefully that's grown. Hopefully they're not on to us.
Let me check real quick. It is plus 135.
Hey, bro, that I may do like a fucking 3-unit straight bet on that because I'm not seeing like a parlay builders really on this card. Like literally that Radzhabov 2-star plus 136 is my favorite bet on the whole card. I may just put
Oh
all my
God.
units on that.
I'm actually gonna put all of my chips on Rodzabov. I mean, every single penny I have for bets is going on Rodzabov. Here's why. Abdul Karim Al Sawadi. Can I tell you the man's nickname? The Pride of Palestine. We're getting social clicks. This night's not about him winning.
Dude, fucking. And did you look? I think he was what? He went to a decision on the Contender Series.
Yeah, he did.
I think he got finished. I think he got finished on the local scene too, if I'm not mistaken. I was doing a little bit of research. I think he has like a finished loss on the local scene.
Oh, he got
And
he got spinning back fist KO'd and then ate a flying knee back to back in 2019.
So explosively KO. That's been some time ago. But
And
like I
in
said, I mean,
2014 got TKO'd.
recently though, like if you it seems like you have his topology pulled up. The fights he's winning on the local scene are all decisions, right? And Contender Series by decision. I'm pretty sure, right?
Oh, dude.
So it's like he's
Yeah, the fight miles in this guy are crazy, by the way. Crazy.
so like and Radzhabov. I mean, what weight class is that? Is that featherweight?
Lightweight, 155.
So
Rodzabov just lost to Rebetchky in his last fight, but beat Ribowitz right before that.
I don't hold that against him at all.
The Rebetchky loss, I'm like, all right.
That's good competition. That's good experience gained. Like I have Radzhabov like in between Rafa Garcia and the Tom Levy, which none of those are world beaters, but I think that both of those guys are better than Al Sawadi too. Like I don't know. I think Loic Radzhabov is damn near as close as we're going to get to a lock. And then, hey, real quick, when I was looking it up, I couldn't find a money line on Chris Leroy Duncan against Claudio Ribeiro. Does that have a number on it yet?
Yeah, so Leroy Duncan minus 270, Ribeiro plus 220. I'll tell you the real value here.
I put that in a parlay.
It's Duncan by KO's the value here because Ribeiro has been knocked out in his last 4 losses or KO losses, and his wins are KO wins. And guess what? Leroy Duncan's really good at striking.
No, you're 1,000% right. Yeah, love it. Let's hunt some value. Like literally, I made it 2 straights, dude. Duncan by KO and Radzhabov money line. Like seriously, like I'm not seeing parlay builders. I think that those are going to be my. I don't know if it's going to be our Beefy Bets of the week, but I think that's going to be Dom's Bets of the week. I don't know if you want to co-sign it or not. But
I do have one more fight to ask you about because I wanted to maybe put it on to one of our picks. It's Muhammad Yahya and Brendan Murat. I think I'm gonna take the under in that fight if I was taking anything. I don't even know what the line is, but I mean you got Yahya losing a decision to Trevor Peek. Now, obviously he can eat some shots, but Murat got finished in 20 seconds by Terrence McKinney. So what I'm thinking is that Yahya can obviously survive anything Murat's going to throw at him, and I think Murat might actually be a can. So it's just
is that on Tapology? Is that on Tapology? Look at that fight. That fight might have got pulled too, bro. There's been like 3 fights from this card that got pulled.
Okay.
On Tapology, it'll tell you if it got canceled. I think it did.
Murat Yahya. Bout canceled.
Yeah, bro. There's no value on this card. This card sucks so bad. I hope Roaches and Junior's on it so bad. It needs it so bad.
Yeah, this fight sucks. Holy shit. Or this card sucks. Holy shit.
So, I mean, are you co-signing our picks of the week are Rozenstruik straight and Duncan by KO? I mean, I can't think of better bets than that.
Yeah, honestly, I'd be super down to just, split those.
I really think so. I mean, I would be down to bet Mikhaev if there was other fights to build a parlay with, but there's really not. I mean, the Mikhaev, Petrino.
I think you could also get away right now with the Vinicius Oliveira, Leroy Duncan, Mikhaev, Petrino. I mean, that's 4 -300s roughly.
I would co-sign that. So that's our official parlay of the week, and then our dog of the week is Radzabov, and then our prop of the week is Duncan by KO.
Yeah, there you go.
Make the little graphic.
Yeah, boom, there you go.
We can do parlay, dog, and prop of the week.
Yeah, there you go.
I not ultra bullish, but like I said, I've been looking at betting accounts. Nobody's really seeing this card super. Like I said, even the Umar fight, I don't think if I was setting that line, which kind of tells me I should fade him. Like if I'm using the fucking, I always forget his name, Billy Walters. If I'm using the Billy Walters system of setting my own number, I would fade Umar because I would set that number at like -500 maybe.
I'd probably go -600, -450, anywhere in there to start. Like just depending on where you want to get your value. Like, do you want people to bet on Umar? Or do you want people to bet on the other guy? Like that's the only way. That, like the
-1200, like the Billy Walters gap there on value might be worth the sprint.
You know what? Let me check one last thing before we wrap it up. I just want to see opening line from Umar. So it opened at -750, and it's already up to -1200.
Who are these marks out here just betting that Nurmagomedov last name?
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, that's what it is. They see Nurmagomedov and they're like, bet the house on it. They don't lose, and it's like, well, this one might.
And he hasn't lost, and he probably will win. That's why like I don't have a big enough bankroll to just take shots on these Billy Walters marginal gap things. Like if I don't think you're gonna win, like I don't bet you. Like I just keep it nice and caveman math right there. But like,
but to our credit,
value gap is like
it's a real thing. And to our credit, like if we had the role to play that, like this is a recommended play. Is the fade of Umar at the value line?
If you got a bankroll, I would sprinkle a fucking Umar fade. I really would.
Yeah, because this guy should be +400, not +700. Like you're getting twice as much as you should be getting. So clearly, that's a bet you have to make.
Like this guy's almost like some Shavkat type shit. Like I say, it's not just any Kazakh fighter. He's the #1 fighter in Kazakhstan and the whole Central Asia, Eurasia market. Like the guy can go.
100%.
So Umar coming off an injury too. Like if there's ever a time to catch Umar slipping, it's now.
Yeah, it's right now after all the inactivity and the injury, 100%.
But I'm going to say this. Maybe you can clip it. If not, it's all good. But I'm just going to give out the official picks of the week. Our official parlay. What are we going? We're going Chris Leroy Duncan. We're going. What was it Mikhaev?
Muhammad Mikhaev. We're also going Vitor Petrino and Vinicius Oliveira.
Yeah, so you got Vinicius Oliveira, Chris Leroy Duncan, Muhammad Mikhaev, and Vitor Petrino 4-legger. Not the most value. I don't see a ton of value in this card, but we're going to give out a parlay. It's going to be that one. Upset of the week, dog of the week, Loic Radzabov. Like, really love that. That's probably, I have it as a 2-star, but that's probably my favorite bet. Like, I'm probably more stoked on that bet and more confident in that bet than any other one. And then our prop of the week is Duncan by KO. Hopefully you squeeze some value there because that money line is dog shit. So
yes, sir. And the parlay comes out at +290 in total with the 4-legger.
Don't be greedy. 3 times your money. Fuck it.
We will take, and we will see you guys this coming week for the obvious breakdown and also hopefully to talk about how we cashed out and robbed Vegas. Got to get back. Got to get our get back, man. But yeah, appreciate you, bro. Check us out on Twitter at Beefy Breakdown. We're getting a lot of engagement on there.
Yeah, like and subscribe, and let's cash these tickets next week, y'all. Let's go.